Witam, surowe AlterMMO. Teraz filmik o Unreal Engine 5.2 się nazywa i na koniec jeszcze zwieńczymy to krótką prezentacją Fortnite'a, znaczy możliwości Fortnite'a w Unreal Engine, bo to chyba też jest powiązane, a jak nie, to się okaże na koniec tego filmiku, jeśli nie jest powiązane. Tłumaczenie jest polskie, więc można sobie czytać. Cześć John. A to jest w ogóle prezentacja tylko 5.2. O kurde, takie prezentacje to lubię. A nie chłop będzie gadał przez 15 minut bez wideo. Czekajcie, ja to sobie puszczę. No pierdzielisz. 1K tylko jest rozdzielczość.
Jacob over there and the team at Quixel were experimenting with what's possible for photoreal foliage environments, as well as testing out the latest functionality that we've been building for Unreal Engine. So, Jacob's here with us today in the Unreal Editor. Let's explore the environment. And what better way to do that than off-roading? And what better way to off-road than in a Rivian R1T?
Ależ prezentacja. Rivian samochód.
Unreal to power their instrument cluster, including 3D visualization of their vehicles. So we worked with them to bring the R1T to life in this experience. Let's head on out, Jacob.
Sure thing, on my way.
All right. So, we're building tools for interactive.
Ty, on tak naprawdę jedzie? Kurde, wiecie, że ja myślałem, że to jest wyrenderowane z góry? Ale jajca. O, beta jest o 17.
Chaos physics simulating rocks that tumble as we drive over them. Leaves bend out of the way. And we also added some real-time fluid simulation.
Myślałem, że będzie przyszachrajone po prostu, wiecie, że tak niby za pomocą Unreal Engine'a, ale że nie będzie gościu na żywo grał. Fajnie.
We worked with the team at Rivian to set up Unreal's Chaos vehicle model to simulate the suspension of the truck and how the electric motors drive each individual wheel. Chaos also simulates how the tires compress and deform, and meta sounds enabled the team to precisely resynthesize the sounds of the electric motors and mix them with the ambisonics of the jungle.
Kurde, ale fajnie to wygląda.
So Rivian
No.
provided us with a highly detailed model of the truck, about 71 million polygons that we're able to render in real time thanks to Nanite.
W czasie rzeczywistym.
Now the Rivian
No.
not only looks incredibly realistic because of Lumen and Nanite, but also its materials. And today we're introducing Substrate, our new material framework.
Fajne. Ładnie to wyglądało,
To better
no.
demonstrate it, let's swap the paint out for opal.
Myślę, że mało w ogóle, która gra działa na 5.2. Właściwie żadna, bo to jest prezentacja. Zaraz sobie zobaczymy, które gry są na Unreal 5.
And on top of that is a layer representing the polished surface and how light is absorbed as it travels through that clear layer of varying depths.
Ale pojebane,
And
powiem
now
wam.
we can add back on the dust and dirt layers. And notice how the reflection changes when interacting with the dust layer, and that there are no artifacts along the transition from dirt to dust to opal. So Substrate is more
Imo,
impressive and
tu są tak skomplikowane jakieś modele matematyczne do obliczania tego. To nie siedział sobie, kurde, grafik. Ciekawe, czy nie wykorzystali do tego jakiegoś uczenia maszynowego, bo to jest niepojęte. Nie mieści mi się to w bani, szczerze.
and compose and layer those materials as they see fit. All right, let's head on out, Jacob.
On my way.
In terms of performance, substrate materials that are similar to the current Unreal Engine shading model cost about the same. But now, artists have the freedom to author more complex materials.
Ale tu właśnie, John, nie chodzi o to, że te gry zajmują więcej, bo to jakby to wszystko, co tutaj jest obliczane. To nie jest tak, że masz tekstury na każdą możliwą, na każdy możliwy wariant. Te obliczenia wcale dużo nie zajmują, po prostu wymagają większych zasobów obliczeniowych, ale niekoniecznie dysku.
For extremely detailed use cases, like in cinematics and in film. So we're going to drive under this fallen tree here, and everything that you've seen up to this point was painstakingly hand-built by the environment team at Quixel. Everything since that fallen tree has been built using our brand new experimental suite of procedural content generation tools.
Kurde, losowo generowane, czajcie? Teraz będzie. To było robione ręcznie, a teraz mapka generowana.
The principle in building these systems was to empower artists to make tools for artists. So Jacob's going to go ahead and add a procedural assembly to the world. And the cool thing is that it communicates. Thank you. Yeah.
Chłopy tak samo w szoku jak ja. Całkiem fajny, kurde, całkiem fajny,
The thing is
ty.
that it communicates with other nearby procedural elements in the scene, like the creek bed. So let's say a designer comes by, wants to direct the player to drive to the left. Jacob can simply move the assembly to the right, and everything updates to accommodate that change.
Ja pierdolę, ty.
Game
Co
design
jest?
is iterative, so let's say the designer comes back, wants to give the player the choice of going left or right again. Jacob can simply move the assembly back over. Now, the artist who created this assembly also added
Kurde.
additional handles that Jacob
Wow.
can use to art direct
Dobre.
where rock slides occur. Allows him to customize the piece a little bit more, make it a little easier for the Rivian to drive by.
Ładne. Imo AI jak nic tu jakieś musi być. Ewentualnie po prostu analiza setek mapek generowanych ręcznie, zbiór danych, uczenie maszynowe i w ten sposób wrzucenie do silnika.
So we started by handcrafting that original part of the level to set the visuals and art direction for the entire piece, and then built out procedural tools that allowed the team to create a much larger play space much more quickly. Now let's see how we can use these procedural tools to make larger sweeping changes to the environment.
O, to będzie dobre, pa.
So Jacob, let's start by removing some of the trees in this area.
Absolutely, that's easy enough actually.
All right, a little too
Nice.
much. Let's add some trees back in.
Okay.
And let's also add in some cliff formations, give it a little bit more variability. So the procedural systems are all deterministic, as Jacob is experimenting with different sets of input parameters.
Kurwa,
Once he
dobre.
finds a set that he likes, he can always go back to it and get out exactly the same results. And the procedural systems aren't just placing trees and rocks, but also fog cards, bugs, birds, everything that's needed to bring this environment to life. And
Czyli AI, ale chodzi mi o to, że no wiesz, różne modele można wziąć do nauki z tego zbioru danych, nie? I nie chodzi mi tutaj o AI takie jak, nie wiem, ChatGPT, ale no sumarycznie to się sprowadza do AI, tak. Chodzi mi o to, że mogło być coś uniwersalnego, ale raczej tutaj jakieś konkretne modele musiały być wykorzystane do nauki tego, bo dobre to jest, kurde.
So we design these procedural systems to be tools for artists that work in concert with hand-built content. Both Substrate and the new procedural tools will be available in experimental form in 5.2. And everything you've seen here is running in the Unreal Editor in real time on a developer machine with an Intel 13900K CPU and NVIDIA
Intel 13900, karta graficzna RTX 4090 to generowała, czajcie? Czyli wcale nie jakiś komp z NASA, komp, który może kupić sobie każdy z nas, jeśli będzie zapierdzielał u Janusza przez 3 lata. No, dobre to jest, dobre. MetaHuman. Zobaczmy, tylko też wam włączę tłumaczenie jeszcze. Kurde, dobre, podoba mi się. A wiecie co, tak niedawno miałem rozkminę taką, że czemu powstawanie gier tak długo zajmuje. I miałem wrażenie, że tak jakby te silniki zostały w tyle, ale no pracują nad tym, pracują. Edytor w Black Desercie. O kurde. Dobre.
A character is only truly believable if its motion fidelity matches its visual fidelity, but animating at this level is a hard task for even the most skilled studios. Some of our best work leveraged 4D capture, but this took specialized hardware and weeks or even months of processing time. While MetaHuman Creator gave you the ability to generate high-quality characters, animating them still wasn't as easy. This is why I'm very excited to announce a new capability to the MetaHuman product, MetaHuman Animator. MetaHuman Animator contains the essence of our 4D pipeline, but optimized to run on a single machine. It is able to use iPhone, as well as stereo professional systems, and today, we're going to demonstrate how it works. For this, we're going to need Mel, our technician John Cook, and just the phone. John, can you take your position, please?
Sure.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
No i na Instagrama będzie.
I need performance capture to work like a mirror. I need it to capture whether I'm acting scared or angry. And sometimes all I need is a look.
Cut. Thanks, Mel. That was great.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Our technician John is...
No, tylko wiecie co, tutaj oni już mają jakieś pliki wcześniej zgrane, nie? Jestem ciekawy, czy też jest potrzebne jakieś specjalistyczne oświetlenie, czy coś, ale prawdopodobnie nie. Nie ma co węszyć podstępu we wszystkim. Ty, to kurwa tu jest, ty. To tu, na tej scenie. Przepraszam za przekleństwa.
John is currently scrubbing through the take to pick the section that he wants to process. John, are we all good with the data? Awesome. So from now on, it's just a single button click to kick off the processing, which for a performance of this length will take less than a minute to convert into animation. So Mel, while that is processing, let me show you something else.
Yeah. Oh, is that me?
Yeah, this is what we refer to as your metahuman DNA.
Cool. And this is generated by the capture we made earlier, right?
Yeah, that's right. So from only 3 frames of video and that data, we can generate a rig that predicts all of your facial expressions in just a couple of minutes.
Wow. And do you only need to do this once for each actor?
Yes, that's right. It
O kurde.
calibrates the solver to your face so that we can produce the performance in a way that faithfully reproduces your original performance.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So let's check back on the processing, which today is on the latest CPU and GPU.
Ciekawe jaki to telefon. Mówił gościu?
MetaHuman Animator uses a custom epic facial solver and landmark detector. We can interactively look at the animation while it's being solved and compare it to your original performance. So it looks like it's almost finished.
Ty, nawet te zęby, wszystko.
Make the curves more stable.
No.
Which is really quick. And from here on, we just need to export the animation. This takes only a few seconds. And then...
Ej, przedupcone, że oni to w ogóle na żywo robią, nie? Kurde. Mogli sobie przygotować prezentację, ale właśnie to robi wrażenie. Pierdzielisz.
I need performance capture to work like a mirror. I need it to capture whether I'm acting scared or angry. And sometimes all I need is a look.
Ja, dobre. Dobre.
Thank you all. So, Mel, what do you think?
I think it's incredible because it usually takes months between performance capture and getting the visuals
Kurde.
back, so
Masakra, nie?
And all of this is solved directly onto animator front-end controls. In this case, we are using a bespoke 4D rig, which we created to...
Ja pierdziele, czajcie? Wszystko z nią teraz zrobić, ty.
Let's have a look at that.
Orzesz w mordę.
I need performance capture to work like a mirror. I need it to capture whether I'm acting scared or angry. And sometimes all I need is a look.
So the same take works even on stylized characters.
Jasny gwint. Wkleję wam linki na czacie, jak będziecie sobie chcieli pokazać komuś, albo sami jeszcze raz oglądnąć. Orzesz w mordę, tu jest jeszcze jedno coś. Minutkę. Zobaczmy. To jest Unreal Engine. Z kiedy to jest? Dzień temu. Że tu nawet faktura skóry jest. Czaisz? Człowieku.
I see through your darkness now. I see through your lies. I will show them how to see as I do. I will not appease your gods. I will destroy them.
Kurde, dodupcone jest. Czekaj, jeszcze zobaczymy, czy są jakieś inne. Unreal. Oni tu mają strasznie dużo tego. Prawdopodobnie. MetaHuman. Jeszcze jest właśnie Fortnite'cik. Tu jest jeszcze jeden Fortnite'cik. To jest Counter-Strike, to na razie nie. I tu jest Official Launch. I to jest Project M. Lord of the Fallen. Kurde, ale tego Fortnite'a jest. To nie aż tyle nie będziemy oglądać. No i tyle.
Let's take a closer
Zobaczmy.
look at UEFN features and workflows. We put together a short video, and then we're going to do a demo. Thank you.
Let's start with the basics. Unreal Editor for Fortnite runs on PC and is integrated directly with Fortnite, so you have access to over 4 years of content, all for free, to get you started. What's special about UEFN is what we call Live Edit. Live Edit allows anyone on your team to join a UEFN session from any platform that runs Fortnite. That means someone can join from a console using the normal.
Będzie taki Roblox, wiecie, tylko że w ładnym Unreal Engine'ie. Oni w ogóle zajebiście mają, nie? Bo tak jakby Fortnite należy do firmy, która, no tak jakby Unreal należy do Epica, nie? Samo jak Fortnite. Sztos.
The UEFN beta has many of the same features we use to
Cześć,
create
Primal.
Fortnite, including the landscape editing toolset. You can edit the landscape to change the look of your island, or make sweeping changes to create something completely new, and then quickly play it in-game to check out the results. So even though you have access to tons of Fortnite content,
No, ale powiem wam, że źle zaczęliśmy. Jakbyśmy zaczęli od Fortnite'a, to może by robiło wrażenie, ale...
custom assets.
O,
So we used a few 3D models, textures, and materials that we built just for the project.
tamto to było
And all the lighting in the
kocur.
cave was made possible thanks to Lumen, our real-time global illumination system. You can also find more content like Quixel Megascans and Sketchfab models in our initial alpha release of the Fab plugin for UEFN. All assets are curated and optimized. Everything you've just seen is available today in the
Spoko.
We also used custom
To też jest Fortnite, a? Kurczę, no fajne to może być w sumie. Ciekawe, czy też można na przykład załączyć normalnie budowanie tym postaciom. A Fortnite teraz cały będzie w Unreal Engine? Piątce?
Hey folks,
Jak to teraz będzie działało?
all this was made. Michael here has the scene open in Unreal Editor so we can take a closer look.
Włączę
The
wam
environment,
tłumaczenie
we built
już.
this level using Quixel Megascan assets, many of which are available in the Fab UEFN plugin. We also used custom content that we built just for this demo. For the gameplay you just saw, we hand-placed enemies using a creative device called a guard spawner, which generates the aliens that you saw at specific locations. However, we wanted to do more and introduce dynamic play that goes beyond what the current creative devices can do. So to do this, we used our new programming language called Verse. So in this short section of code, every second we grab the position of the player. And for
Kurde,
each
nowy
spawn
język
location,
programowania
we
znowu.
then calculate the distance to the player, and if it's within a certain
Ale tak to
threshold,
działa, wiecie? W krypto też powstają nowe języki programowania, bo są lepiej dostosowane do blockchaina po prostu. No, taki niestety jest trend, że lepiej zrobić nowy język programowania, który się dostosuje do danej
tell the
aplikacji.
guard to spawn into the level. So now we have gameplay that's more reactive to the player's actions. This is just a short example of using Verse, but for a deeper dive, check out the Verse Tech Talk later today. Now, Michael is going to show us how we put the intro cinematic together.
Hi, everybody. So before the gameplay section, we played this quick cinematic animation. This was actually created entirely in UEFN using Sequencer. Sequencer is our multi-track editor, and it's been used in everything from in-game cinematics to Hollywood feature films. So let's take a look.
Czajcie, macie taką uproszczoną wersję Unreal Engine'a. Ten Fortnite edytor. Oj, coś przycięło. Było przycięcie u mnie, czy...
Now all of this stuff is available right inside UEFN. So let's take a look at this last shot from a
Oj.
So the other thing we featured in this section was
Dziękuję, John,
Niagara.
za 89
Niagara is now
bitsów.
available in UEFN and it's our high-end VFX system. So, and just like in the movies, you can frame up shots and have great effects. So what we're going to do here is just set this up. So just like in the movies, you can have slow-mo too. Makes everything better, right?
Fajne.
So this is just a sampling of some of the stuff that you can do inside Sequencer.
Jak
Let's get back to the game.
All right, so now that we're back in the game, in UEFN you have access to Fortnite's time of day system. Or you could use what we did and do what we did and use a completely custom lighting solution. And thanks to Lumen,
To nie klikaj, John, bo to ci wysysa pieniądze z konta. Później się obudzisz.
Now, let's go to the final gameplay section and let's close
Bez
out the
pieniędzy na jedzenie.
But as a reminder, everything that you're seeing here was created in the same version of UEFN that we're releasing today.
I think I'm going to jump in here and help you, Ray.
I'm all for that.
Kurde, fajne rzeczy będą mogły dzieciaki robić, nie? Naprawdę fajne rzeczy. Za moich czasów to wiecie co ja robiłem? Drzewka sadziłem w edytorze Warcrafta 3. A teraz? Ładnie to wygląda w ogóle, nie? I powiem wam, że w ogóle grafika jest taka, kurczę, taka... Niby to jest Fortnite, ale tutaj jest takie światło, że wygląda, wiecie... Dorosły by się nie szczaił. Jakby nie animacje biegania postaci, to wiecie... Bo tak jest, że Fortnite ble, zły, nie? Ale nie szczaiłbyś się. Dobre. Co tu jeszcze jest? Jeszcze krótki trailerek. Download now, czyli już jest dostępne. Zajebiste.